Now we look at another functionality of XLOOKUP. We'll use XLOOKUP now to do a two-way lookup. This also we have done using VLOOKUP, right? VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. We have done this for two-way lookup. Okay, match index we have used, right? To do the two-way lookup. Now we'll use XLOOKUP to do the two-way lookup. And it is much easier. The formula is much easier to work on. Now, I have this monthly sale figure of various soft drinks. And this is the drinks and these are the months and these are the sales figure for that. For the drinks for the Jan, Feb, March, April, May and June. So for the first 6 months, this is the sale figure of your soft drinks. Also, I have created a drop down here, and this drop down is like all the drop downs of the drinks, and here are the months. So I want that whichever month I select and whichever drinks I select, that sale figure should come up. So I want to do a two-way lookup. So I said Coca-Cola Jan, then this should come. So it first looks at the Jan, get me this, then it gets to the Coca-Cola and then gets me this part. So let's see how it works. So let me write the formula first. So I will look at the formula. So I'll say is equal to XLOOKUP. So first we look up for this value, L10. Lookup array is this one, because this is present in this. And what is the return array? Now the return array is basically the one which is, again we have to do a lookup on this and then find out the value. So the return array will again have a XLOOKUP function. So we'll have a XLOOKUP. Now this is a nested function we are writing, right? So we'll have another XLOOKUP here, which will now look up this value. And in this, array. And what will return is this. So this is my return array. From here, it will return the value. And then I'll close this, and I close this, and I say enter. So 500. So Coca-Cola Jan, what is the sale? 500. Similarly, if I change this to Pepsi, Pepsi Jan 400, Pepsi April 878, Sprite April 667. So this way my XLOOKUP finds it out. So let's analyze this formula. What we'll do is we'll make a copy of this and we'll just copy this formula and I'll put it here. Now how this formula is working, let us see. Now first of all, this is the lookup, first lookup, this is the second lookup. Now this lookup is called as the nested lookup. So this lookup is called as the nested lookup. This lookup. Okay. So this is called as the nested. So this will execute first. So this will execute first, and what it will give me? It will first look for L11. So L11 is this, April. And where will it look? It will look for April in here. So it will find this. And from C11 to C, it will find out the array which is for April. So this is the array for April. So I'll just copy this and so I'll just copy this array. So this is my return value or return array for the internal lookup. So this lookup, XLOOKUP, will give me these values, because from here I find out April. Then with this return array, the outer XLOOKUP will execute. Okay, so it will work with this array and the return array will be this. So the third parameter will be this array. So here what it will do, it will go to L10 and find out that is Sprite in B11 to B14. And Sprite is the third row. So it will go to the first, second and the third row and show 667. So this way two-way lookup works. Okay. So if I now change this to Coca-Cola and this to me, so how that will work? Again, I go here. I'll go to this XLOOKUP. And what will this first execute and give me? So L11, and it'll give me this one, right? So it'll give me this. Now what it'll do? It'll go and execute this XLOOKUP, the one outside one, which this with this return array, and look for Coca-Cola. That's the first. So it'll show me 345, and that is how it works. So this way, two-way lookup can be done very easily with less amount of, values, because index and match, you have to write a lot of things. The formula is very complicated. Here the formula is quite simple and you get the same result. So XLOOKUP is the modern lookup function which actually replaces HLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, lookup, index match. So there are a lot of things which you can do with XLOOKUP.